Hi there. So today I'm going to be covering a few clips. I'm going to be in various locations doing various things, but I'm going to be covering animal, predator, dog, and all of that in between. So it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster here. We're going to be all over the place a little bit today, but that's okay. That's okay. We are nothing if not up to a challenge. So before I go anywhere, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd like to see you again. Hit the bell icon if you want a notification each time I bring out a new video. He's having a whale of a time. Roll the titles. Hi, my lovelies. Me and Indy are out this morning, and I thought I'd come to you first thing in the morning, no makeup, holding my phone, not on a selfie stick, because I got jumped on yesterday by a Roxy. Thanks, Rox, love you. She broke it, bless her. So before I go into this, I'm just going to tell you what this is all about. Today I'm going to be covering animal, dog, predator. Interesting topic. It's springtime, and this conversation comes up a lot during springtime of people that own livestock and prey animals, and those of us that are dog owners and have a responsibility for our dogs. So I thought I'd venture into this topic and explain a little bit more about animal, dog, predator, so that we can all be clear. So here we are in the field. It's a little overcast today, but it's very still. This is something to be aware of. Indy's currently digging up mouse holes, which are probably empty. He's not found a mouse in like a year, so I think it's just a step too late normally. Anyway, boy fluff, you find him. So animal, dog. Now, why am I mentioning about the fact that it's a still day? Okay, there's a slight breeze. It's a still day, it's overcast, the ground is wet. Now these are interesting points, these are good points to make when you're a dog owner, because he is going to pick up a lot more scent from directly on the ground or in very, very close proximity. That scent is going to be stronger. When the wind blows really, really strongly, the scent that is directly on the ground, that scent travels so far on the wind. So it means that he's going to pick stuff up that is further away, because that breeze, that wind is blowing the scent towards them. This is all about scent patterns. So I can go into this forever. So I'm just touching on this today because it is quite a still day. So it's something that I need to be a little bit aware of. Today, I'm not concerned about him disappearing off into the distance, hence why he's actually off his lead today. I've got his long line attached to me here, just in case he has one of those moments, and I can keep an eye on him in the reflection of this camera so that I know what he's doing. So yes, we need to be a little bit careful, but it's that understanding of what it might mean. So which direction is the wind coming from? Is it coming from the woods? If it's coming from the woods, you know, your dog could take off into that woodland, because if there's a smell coming from there and the wind is strong, it could be anywhere. So all things that we need to take into consideration. Scent patterns are important. Our dogs live by them. You know, this big thing that sticks out the front of their face, this big nose, is so, so powerful, and it is fabulous. But in its fabulousness, it also comes with its problems, so we need to be careful. So as I am a dog owner and a dog lover, it is important that I take the right precautions for my predator. Okay, so I am the owner of a predator. I'm also an owner of prey species. I have chickens. Okay, to just give you a little bit of background information, I didn't have the chickens when I got Indy. We just moved into a new house and new neighbours and all of that sort of craziness that goes on. And then we got Indy. Okay. Next door's chicken flapped into the garden unexpectedly, and Indy chased it and had a big mouthful of feathers. The chicken was fine, thank goodness, recovered. Bearing in mind I had not met my neighbours at this point. So it was a total unknown. We'd only just had Indy a few days, The chicken had flapped over the hedge, and he'd gone for it. You know, like any sort of predator would do. All right. So what did I do? Well, first of all, I took some custard creams over to my neighbours and introduced myself, and then went, I'm really sorry, but my dog's just taken a big lump of feathers out of one of your chickens. She had a funky hairdo for a couple of days, but a couple of weeks, but she was fine. She was fine, bless her. But it did ring alarm bells, and it did make me go, do you know what? We need to be practicing this for Indy, because he needs to know. We had planned to get chickens, so we needed to make sure that we put the work in. So when we got our chickens, that's exactly what we did. I did a lot of intensive work with him outside in the garden around the chickens, so that he learned that those chickens were part of our pack. Yeah, it was our job to look after them. And he has been an absolute star. Touch wood, he's been an absolute star since then. Good boy. Oh, Fluff. You're such a good boy. So this is Indy digging his hole. Do I encourage this behaviour? I let it happen. Yes, I suppose you could say that I encourage this behaviour. Why do I encourage this behaviour? Well, for a number of reasons. One, it's a really good drain of energy. He uses a lot of energy when he's doing this. Number two, it's a natural behaviour that he, as a predator, he is predisposed to do, to sniff out, to dig out, to kill and eat. I will just add that this hole is probably empty, as every single one of them that he's dug so far this year has been empty. I don't think he's very good at this, bless him, but it's okay. Also, it wears his front claws down fabulously, so I don't have to worry about clipping them. Works for me. So there are a number of reasons why this is an important exercise for him. It fulfills a task without actually hurting anything, which is fabulous. I like it. Works for me. You know, we just have to plant trees or something, you know, just fill all these holes in. We just plant trees. It'll be fine. It'll be good for nature. Look at the state of you. So another thing that I do with Indy, to channel some of that chase instinct, that sniff it out, find it instinct. One of the things that we do is we play a game of Find It. I have filmed a video on this, but it was a long time ago. It's probably not the best video, but I will link it up here for you, and I'll put it in the description as well, so that you can find it at any time. But it is a game that encourages them to see something move. Okay, so you throw a piece of food, or you throw a treat, or you throw a ball or something like that, and you encourage them to chase it. They run out and they chase it, and then it's designed, it's supposed to be very, very small, so that when it hits the grass, and in grass like this, it's wonderful because it's actually quite long. So the treat disappears into the grass. They then have to sniff it out, find it, and then they see it, and then they take it. So it encourages them to use their eyes to chase, to go for the chase. It encourages them to use their nose to sniff it out and find it in the long grass. So it's a really, really nice activity to channel some of that chase instinct, that chase it, find it instinct, but in a balanced way that doesn't actually hurt anything. Indy's on his long line, mostly because it's springtime, we're on the road. Small fluffies become fair game this time of year, and I don't want him eating anything that he really shouldn't be. So, long line it is. Just to give you a little bit of information about Indy's long line, it's about 30 metres long, so it's not really restrictive to him. He's got plenty of room to move. I didn't purchase this long line. We made it. I say we. It's a bit of a royal we. My fiance made it. And I use it every day. Well, this time of year, when we do this route on the road, we use the long line. But it's nice, it gives him plenty of room to move around and trot off ahead and hang back and pee, poo, stop and sniff anything, and all that jazz. You can see how far he can get. Loving it. Just a short word of caution for everybody. If you are choosing to use a long line, please remember that if you have a very excited dog and they reach the end of a long line, that jolt is real. So please take care if you're giving extra momentum to an excited dog. So just to round up, yes, we have predators. Yes, we need to take responsibility for them. There are ways of doing that. As I say, I use a long line with Indy when I'm suspecting that there are wildlife around, and he's going to be more inclined, good boy, more inclined to chase them than listen to me. Today, actually, he's quite in tune. But we do need to look after our animals, and I don't just mean ours. We need to look after everybody else's and all the wildlife as well. So have you found a way of keeping your dog under control around other people's animals and wildlife? If you have, please drop me a message and let me know what techniques you like to use with your dog. And if you haven't, feel free to drop me a message as well. And if you would like some extra help or advice, then you can come to me via my Facebook page or my website, www.padspack.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Nature is hard, and it's hard enough without us making it harder. So for now, guys, I hope it's been informative for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Indy playing around and having a good dig as well. And but for now, take care. I'll see you soon.